It has been quite some time since I've been back home. So long, in fact, that I really can't even recall the date of the last time that I went. And to be honest, I'm not really looking forward to it. But I made a promise that I would visit, and so I'm going to keep my word. And so back to old Virginia we go. I'm not going to say I don't like going home. I think that's a stronger word or feeling. I avoid it indirectly. I think sometimes I have an aversion to it. You know, a week before my wedding, I ended up having to move. So right after my wedding, boom, moved to Maryland. So I became a husband in Maryland. My twins were born in Maryland. That brought together a blended family that was kind of struggling a little bit, and they were that missing link. Became a better father in Maryland. Saw the height of my career in Maryland. I won't say I became a man there, but I became a better man in Maryland. Just overall, essentially, became a totally different person. You know, I tell people that all the time, people that only know me from Maryland, is that you wouldn't believe who I was. It's almost like reincarnation, but without physically dying. Maybe the spirit just dies and is reborn. Maybe that's it. I mean, I guess there's negative things that have occurred that I associate home with. You know, there's things people have done to me that they can't take back, and there's things that I've done to people that I can't take back. Maybe that's the reason. I mean, I'm self-diagnosing, obviously.
Yeah.
What's that?
Every other time I sit down.
And that's the sad part. My best doctor.
Are you recording me?
I am
You better
recording
not
you.
put this on no
I
YouTube.
am recording you.
What?
Yeah, that's good entertainment.
Thanksgiving Day.
So, last night was a time. Lots of whiskey, laughs, smiles. You know, the family hadn't seen me in quite a while. So, it was a good time. And I'm gonna get ready, go downstairs, have some breakfast with my parents, maybe a cup of coffee, tea, something to get rejuvenated. I'm gonna take a ride. I'm gonna take a ride and jog my memory, you know? See, the thing about the past is like, it can be an anchor. And as you're trying to walk away from it, you know, it's just dragging, but it's gonna go wherever you go. Or you can choose to pick it up and carry it with you. Through all these familiar places and the memories just start flooding back. They just start flooding back, bro. Like, these were my sure enough stomping grounds right here. There goes the strip club. I ain't gonna say I didn't go in there, and I ain't gonna say I did go in there either. I grew up right here in this house. That joint don't even look the same. Like, it looks totally different. Almost didn't even recognize it. This is basically where it all started right here. You know, the good times and the bad times. I mean, all the foolishness. 18 years on this same street, bro. Remember, me and bro walking down the street right here. I couldn't have been no more than about 6, so he was about 10, and kept feeling something like pinching me. I didn't know what it was, you know. Just going to the store for mom, and I realized that somebody was throwing rocks at us. And it was this racist white kid and his uncle, you know, in the yard, doing yard work, throwing real live rocks at kids. Like, can you believe that bullshit? Kids, bro. And that one of them dudes was a grown man. The other one was about 17 years old or something like that, getting ready to go into the military. That's the way shit happens back in Virginia. I used to live back in this corner right here, and I'll never forget, you know, when the cops came to get me, like the look on my girlfriend's face. Like, some things just like it just seared into your memory forever. You know, that was a dark night and a dark time. See that Waffle House back there? Yeah. What year was it? 2000, I think, maybe. New Year's Eve. Early in the morning. I got shot 2 times. Right here. I had to walk all the way back home on foot after being shot in the leg and in the foot. I didn't even know I was shot in the foot until later. All over nothing. All over nothing. All over a tough guy wanting to be tough, you know? That's the bullshit. That is the bullshit. No, but it's not lost on me that, like, I am the sum total of all these things that have occurred, you know? And so, if you take out one thing, one ingredient, I am no longer me. There's a bigger picture, you know? Almost all of my family lives here. And so, though it may make me feel better, or not make me feel better, but prevent me from having negative feelings. I'm protecting my own feelings. Yeah, I'm hurting other people's feelings at the same time because, you know, there's folks that wanna see me. And so inadvertently, like, I'm punishing those folks by not coming back. And, you know, that's something to be thought about. That's something to be thought about. Well, this is it. Last hurrah, and I'm going home. Get some gas from this interstate, and that's it. I'm out of here. But I enjoyed myself, and you know, I'll be back. I will be back. When? That's the question. And we're back. You know, the past is like a shadow. And wherever you go, it comes with it. You can't juke the past. You can't juke that shadow. You can't stutter step and lose that shadow. It's going to go wherever you go, whether you want to or not. And it's perfectly fine to want to be better than you were in the past. You know, we should always strive to be better than we were yesterday, or at least that's how I live my life. But in doing so, in that process, we have to be careful to not become overzealous, and in attempting to bury the past end up burying relationships with people who had nothing to do with decisions that we made or negative experiences that occurred in our lives that were outside of our control. I made a promise when I created this channel that I would be as transparent as possible. And in being transparent, I have to admit that on my mission to better myself and to make a better life for me and for my child, as I only had one kid at the time, I left a lot of good people behind. Because in my mind, they represented the past that I was trying to get away from. I couldn't see how they fit into the future that I was trying to build. It made perfect sense at the time, but in hindsight, I now know that both things could be done. I could maintain those bonds and those relationships while also working towards the goals that I had. And also, I didn't think about or give thought to how removing myself from the equation could impact their lives negatively. The only thing that matters in life is relationships and the bonds that we form, not money, not material things that can be snatched away from us just as quickly as we acquired them. It's the intangible things. Luckily, I still have my family back home, and I have made a promise to myself that I will make a conscious effort to go back home more and maintain those relationships and those bonds. And if this resonates with you, then I implore you to do the same thing. And if it doesn't, then let my mistakes be a teachable moment for you. Let it serve as a warning for you to maintain the relationships you have with the people around you and foster and nurture those bonds. I appreciate y'all riding shotgun with me on this trip, and we have more things to do. So let's go.